Hi there, and welcome to Cultivating Growth Mindset in Your Classroom. This is Marcy Robinson leading this short, self-paced presentation designed to give you 5 easy-to-implement strategies that you can use next week. By the end of this session, you actually will be asked to choose 1 or 2 strategies to try. For the benefit of those who could not join us today, this session is being recorded. All of the links and QR codes will be able to be accessed no matter when you view. In order to get the updated results, just check the show notes. To get started, let's take a moment and answer this quick poll. Which strategies, if any, are you familiar with? Wow, these results indicate that you, or about 1/3 of you, are familiar with one of my favorite strategies because it's so simple. It's a single word, yet. And we call this strategy the power of yet. I like to suggest to teachers for them to create a chart for their classroom of all the things that you hear students say that are negative. I can't do this. I don't understand this. I'm not a math person. The practice is not helping me. And then turn those statements into I don't understand yet. I can't figure this out yet. Practicing isn't helping yet. That tiny word just changes the whole mindset of the student. The second strategy is progress scales. Progress scales are a great visual tool for students to use to track their growth. They can use a scale from 0 to 7, 0 to 10, 4, whatever you decide. And it's a way for the kids to check to see how they feel they are doing. I use it usually on a quiz. I want to know if they are familiar with those terms, how confident they feel, and that drives my instruction. It's also really helpful to use it after a lesson. This could be a great exit ticket. How well do you feel like you understood today's lesson? That way you get immediate feedback and you can switch it up before you get to the assessments, the formal assessments. The other way that it can be used is the last strategy is the 4 corners. You get the kids up in the corner for how much they understand. 1 is they don't understand anything. 4, the 4th corner is going to be that they are experts. All right, our third strategy is the growth reflection. Growth really doesn't just come from success, it comes from the struggle and what you learn during that struggle. We want to help students when they have a challenge in front of them to think about 3 simple prompts. What was hard? What helped you keep going? And what would you do differently next time? These questions help them assess how they learn and change. Right, now it's your turn. I want you to think about something you really struggled with this past week and answer the same questions we asked our students. What was hard? What helped you keep going? What would you do differently next time? Think about those 3 things and share on this Padlet. Everything that you write will be anonymous and you will have a chance to view everyone else's. Again, like I said, this will be a live Padlet and it will stay open for the next 2 weeks. All right, here's our results. Okay, now to the 4th strategy, student self-assessment. When students think about how they've done their work, they often give themselves better grades than the teacher would. Or if they're doing a peer, they seem to be a lot harder on the peer than they would be on themselves. So the next time you assign a project, why don't you pair it with a rubric or checklist? Give the kids a spot to grade themselves and then leave another space for the teachers. I like to practice with the students, so I'd show them what a one-pager should look like, and then we'd go over, do you agree? Is it covered the entire page? So I would just continue to model that and use that self-reflection. It helps them with metacognition, goal setting, and responsibility. This last strategy is progress journaling. Progress journaling helps students see how far they've come in their learning. Ask them to write about something they've struggled with, which strategies they used, what they're proud of. This is going to focus on the positive and build resilience and a habit of reflection. Now, you choose a journal prompt and answer the same questions we asked the students. Putting it all together. You don't have to use all 5 strategies at once.
Start with all 5.
I just want you to think about what's one thing or 2 things that you could choose to do.
Feel comfortable with.
Once you implement that, you may add
Keep
more
it simple.
or whatever would be most appropriate for your assignment.
What mindset will you model this week?
Right. Well, thanks for joining me today. I hope this has given you some ideas.